Good morning, Grace Kids. I'm so happy to be here with you again. Today, we're going to talk about prayer. And I like to think about prayer as a great exchange with God. We get to let Him know everything we're thinking and feeling, and He tells us what He's thinking and what He's feeling. Today, we are going to talk about how we can talk to God. Prayer or talking to God may seem strange, especially if you're not used to doing it. Do you remember the first day of school when you walked in and everything seemed new and strange? It's because you didn't know the routine and you hadn't been there before. Well, after you were there for a few days, you kind of settle in and you get used to it and you know what to expect, and it's not so strange anymore, right? Well, prayer is exactly the same way. Once you do it, you'll get used to it, it'll become a part of your routine, and it won't seem strange to you anymore. Getting started can sometimes be the hardest part, especially if you don't know or don't remember who it is you're talking to. So when we're talking to God, we can remember that He is a really good Father, and good fathers listen to their kids. We can remember that Jesus is a really good friend, and that good friends listen when their friends are talking. And we can remember that the Spirit is our helper, and helpers want to listen to others who need their help, don't they? You might be wondering how we know that God is listening while we're talking to Him. Well, the Bible tells us that God is listening. There's a book in the Bible called Psalms, and Psalms is a bunch of songs and poems that men wrote to express their prayers and their thoughts to God. And in those Psalms, they pray that God would hear their voice. And also in Psalms, they say that God does hear when we talk to Him. And that's how we know He's listening. Now that we know we can exchange our thoughts with God's, we know that He's listening because the Bible tells us it's true. We also might want to know how we can talk to God, what we can say. And let me tell you, this is the easy part, because you can say anything and everything to God. You can tell Him just what you're thinking randomly. It doesn't have to have any order, or you don't have to say it in any special way. Or maybe you can use tools to help you remember what you want to talk to Him about. You can use a tool like this bookmark that has our hand on it, and on each finger it tells us what we can pray for. We can pray for our friends and our family. We can pray for our leaders and our teachers. We can pray for people who are in power, like the government or the police. We can pray for those who are weak and maybe who are sick and need healing. And we can absolutely pray for ourselves. So whether you follow something like this bookmark or do it in whatever way it comes to your mind, that's okay. What I want you to remember is that God is listening. And so if you want to do a bookmark like this, go ahead and click the link in the description of the video, and you can download it and color it for yourself. I'm going to go ahead and do mine now, and I'll see you guys next week.